Hey everybody, how is it going? So anyway, I've got my stack of record store day items, and to be fair, I did not go to a record store on record store day. My good friend Josh, you know him from the Flip Side Vinyl, he picked up some stuff for me at Purchase Street Records. So this is a big thank you to Josh. Just came in the mail today, and of course, like Josh does, he's always throwing in extras because he's a very generous guy. So I'm going to show my stack of stuff right here that Josh sent in the mail to me. But very quickly, as you know, I've been really trying to heavily promote my Snoop Come Home book. If you purchase a copy, thank you so much. If you have the time, if you could leave me an Amazon review, it would mean the world to me. I'm trying to get up to 50 reviews so I can be a big shot or whatever the algorithm, however that stuff works. But I know 50 is a pretty significant milestone. So thank you in advance. All right, record store day. What did I get? Or more to the point, what did Josh pick up for me? Well, first of all, this is not an item that was featured on Record Store Day, but he did find it at Purchase Street Records and grabbed it for me. This is Duran Duran, otherwise known as the Wedding Album, but technically it's just called Duran Duran. This has not been officially released on vinyl. This is an unofficial pressing, but I will take it any way I can get it. I only had it on cassette. I didn't even have it on CD, but a great, almost you could say their comeback album in the 90s after a couple bombs like Liberty, Big Thing, which I did I do, as a matter of fact, like Big Thing a lot, so I'm not here to disparage that. Liberty, I'm not so crazy about, but they kind of got the train back on track here with this record. Of course, you got Too Much Information. Ordinary World was a huge hit on here. Come Undone as well. So fantastic. Glad I have that as part of my Duran Duran collection. Now, this is a record store day item. This is The Doors, Strange Days 1967, a work in progress. And it's basically rough mixes from the early 1967 album sessions. And of course, The Doors, they wrote a ton of material in 65, 66, and enough for really almost three records. So the stuff that didn't get put onto their debut album found its way onto Strange Days. And so these are very rough mixes before a lot of the overdubbing and embellishments, I guess, that they would use. I've not listened to this yet, but I'm real interested to hear Strange Days, find out if Jim's voice has that tremolo effect or not, but had to grab this. I got too many Doors albums, but I can't help myself, especially when it's something like that. I love like early demos and early takes and things like that. Got the Ramones double live, Loco live set. This was released back in the 90s. I believe it's the first time being pressed on vinyl. I don't have it opened yet, but I know there is one record that's red vinyl, one record that's blue vinyl. Check out Chris Prophy and Gary, Physical Format Rock and Roll, if you actually want to see the gatefold and the records. But great track listing on here. This is my only Ramones live album. I still got to get Live Alive or whatever that one from the 70s was called. And then this is the one everybody's showing this record. Everybody was trying to grab this one. Thank you, Josh, for me. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. The Peel Sessions, 1979 to 1983. I love Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, one of my favorite 80s synth pop bands. And a great collection of songs from their first couple of records up through, I want to say Dazzle Ships, maybe? Yeah, I think through Dazzle Ships. So their first album, and then Organization, Dazzle Ships. What was the other one? Architecture and Morality as well. I always love that industrial style artwork on those records. And okay, so thank you, Josh, for those RSD picks, but also All Sinners. They have a new Unplugged album out where they are doing Billy Squier covers. So make sure that you give Roger a shout out. This is a vinyl copy. I'm not sure how many are left, but look at that merch advertisement right there in the style of like the old Kiss Army ones. Awesome stuff. thank you for this, Josh. I appreciate it. I'm not sure what the website is that you can go to on here. I'm sure it says. Yeah, great job promoting it, Jeff. Damn it. Okay, I'm sorry. www.allsinnerscult.com or purchasestreetrecords.com to get your copy. You know, Roger's an awesome guy. He's the drummer in this band, and they kick ass. But here they're doing the Unplugged, MTV Unplugged style. So I'm really excited to hear this one. Josh threw in, this is an EP, a special edition, Gang of Four. I love Gang of Four. But I never saw this before. This has To Hell with Poverty, Capital, History's Bunk on side 1, and then a live recording on side 2 of Cheeseburger and What We All Want. Awesome. Thank you for that. I honestly, this is a band that I've heard great things about, but I didn't own anything by. This is Do It Yourself by Ian Dury and the Blockheads. So I'm real anxious to check this out. This is kind of like that early new wave, sort of the end of the punk era, late 70s, early 80s stuff, I believe. I'm not sure what the date on this one is, but happy to have that. And this is the Buzzcocks, one of their most acclaimed albums, A Different Kind of Tension. Of course, in the same vein as The Jam and some of the other great post-punk bands. The kind of the vibe, I guess, that I would compare this to. Elvis Costello, Joe Jackson, kind of the Pretenders, some stuff like in that vein if you're not at all familiar with them. But happy to have this. Great personalized label there. And then I have seen many, many people talk about this band. I did not own anything at all by them. I know Mike over at MGK Boston is always talking these guys up. So I'm happy to have this. Oral Sculpture. I don't know. I really do not know much about them. I don't know what years I know they were in the 80s, but I don't know how many albums they have. I don't know which record this is in their discography, but real excited to check this out because I don't have any Stranglers, but I know people love them to death. All right, so anyway, that is my RSD haul or whatever you want to call it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys had a great record store day. I've loved seeing all of the videos. Take care.